And hello, everybody.
Everybody, welcome in. Hope you're doing well.
Welcome, welcome. So good to see y'all tonight. Oh, we've got a lot of people in the chat already.
Yep,
Welcome
always fun to
in.
see.
Yeah, Mandy Adams.
Mhm.
What did we write in Magic Kingdom? We're going to tell you all about it, Mandy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Texas Takes, welcome in, Ed and Heather. It's good to see you guys.
That's a
Appreciate you
safe
being
bet
here.
there, Ed.
Um,
Ed says my money is on
yeah,
Haunted Mansion. And Mandy, we
that
did it. We
that's
did it. In fact, see the Hatbox Ghost. So yes, you are correct. We did see
yeah,
the Hatbox Ghost.
yeah, yeah. And I'll have to say, the Hatbox Ghost is so good. It's one of the best things they've done, in the parks
Yeah,
recently. And the Hatbox Ghost. I just love it. I
yeah,
just love passing him. He's so well done. He's just a highlight every time
yeah.
I go. I really, really enjoy him. Dean says
Hmm.
Hakuna Matata. Our good friend Dean, the turkey legster, just got through with a live stream. If you
And
haven't,
here he is. He's already jumped ship, and
and there's
he's
Dean.
over here saying hello.
Yeah. And so Russ, hey Russ,
Yep.
always so good to see you guys. I'm sorry we didn't get to spend any more time together. I know y'all were kind of tied up.
Yeah.
Mikey, I know you're probably ghosting.
Welcome in,
Francisco, welcome
Francisco.
in.
Hey, Wilby, great to
Great
see
to
you
see
as
you.
well.
Good to see you. Kay, one of our great ghost hosts. And Tina, it's good to see you. He's bigger. He is about the same size, I think, as he is in Disneyland, Tina. If you're talking about
Hatbox Ghost.
Alistair Crump. Yeah. And one of the reasons that I have developed even more love for Hatbox Ghost is because they actually gave him the name Alistair Crump in the live action Haunted Mansion, the most recent movie that they did. And of course, y'all know that's after Rolly Crump, the Imagineer who contributed so heavily
Yeah,
to the Haunted Mansion and is one of my favorite Imagineers.
yeah,
But welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. Yeah, absolutely. We've got
yeah, for sure.
a lot to talk about. I did not do a slideshow tonight. I may do a couple of pictures a little bit later on. We ran into a lot of friends, and I wanted to share
Yeah,
some of that with you. But at any rate, we'll just talk about our trip. It was fantastic. It was our
yeah,
first trip with the whole family, and we still didn't get everybody because my youngest son Adam
yeah,
was not able to come. He had to work, and so
yeah. Adam and his
we hate
girlfriend
that
couldn't make it, unfortunately. But
hate
we,
that they uh, but they were the only ones missing.
yeah, yeah.
Amazingly enough.
It was impressive.
Yeah.
Great surprise by Stephen, Jamie, and Whitley.
Yes. Oh my
Showing
goodness.
up. That was completely unexpected. Um, yeah, right. Okay, Jillian. Sure. No, I don't think so. Jillian says, "Well, I'm hitching a ride to Disney in 30 minutes with Casey and Garrett. See you later." Yeah, right. Oh,
Are you going to
geez.
Starbucks?
Uh, oh
You're
no, they're.
just not.
Yeah, I was about to say Garrett and Casey are actually heading to Disney World.
Oh, are they? Well,
They
my
are.
goodness, that was a a pop
It,
up trip.
yes, a very very much so pop up trip.
Wow.
They're they're
Okay.
they're celebrating, and so anyway, they're about to be on their way. They're going to be driving overnight. So praise for them.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Oh my
but
goodness. Okay.
anyway, um, yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So yeah, awesome surprise from Stephen, Jamie, and Whitley showing up.
Yes.
Um, but also, real quick before we get back to discussing our trip, um, happy 90th birthday to none other than the number one duck, Donald Duck.
Absolutely.
Big 90th birthday for Donald. Um,
Yeah.
one of my favorite all time pictures um, is that Wyatt has ever taken, that or pictures that we have of Wyatt at
Mhm.
Disney World. was whenever in the Mexico Pavilion, there's a meet and greet with Donald wearing a poncho and sombrero. And anyway, we took pictures with Donald, and then Donald, as we were about to walk off, Donald grabbed, kind of reached for Wyatt and had him come back to take some pictures solo with Donald. And the picture's so good. Disney PhotoPass actually reached out to us and said, "Hey, can we use this in promotional materials?" And so, anyway, it's incredible. We really do need to have it blowed up and put somewhere in our house because it's a fantastic picture. So thanks to Donald Duck for the memory there, that the awesome pixie dust moment there, pulling Wyatt back to take some pictures with him. It's just an adorable picture. So anyway, yeah, thanks, Jonathan. Welcome in, Jennifer. Great to see you. Pam, great to see you too. Got to get y'all written down here real quick. Mom just dropped unexpectedly. So yes, happy birthday. You know what? That's whistle worthy. I'll blow a whistle for Donald Duck. So happy 90th birthday to Donald Duck.
Yay.
All right, loud. Anybody who has their volume turned up or has headphones in, about to blow the train whistle. So loud noise warning coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yay! Donald Duck.
So happy 90th, Donald Duck.
Our favorite duck.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, Donald. And may I say, you look fabulous for 90.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. Let's see. Jillian said she just got the news that Disney is testing fireworks overnight at Magic Kingdom, probably for July 4th or Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So that's cool.
Speaking of that, I've seen some characters, seen news of some characters doing testing, potentially, for preparation for Not So Scary. I've seen people, and many times it's at Epcot near the American Pavilion. There's a big gate, and they've been pulling people to the side and doing some out of the ordinary character meet and greets. People have done meet and greets with Jack and Sally and various other characters, and so
that's cool.
I also, which this is big for me because I'm huge on pirates, but I've also seen that they've been doing a testing for Barbossa as a character you can meet.
Yes.
Which is awesome. And I would make a trip. I would make a trip just to meet Barbossa because he's one of my absolute favorite characters in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Yeah, I love Jack Sparrow. Everybody loves Jack Sparrow, but every great hero has a great villain. Turned anti-hero, really. But anyway, love Captain Barbossa.
And
he's fantastic. I would love to meet him.
Who's the actor who plays him?
Oh, Jeffrey Rush. Jeffrey Rush.
Yeah. Masterful performer. Jeffrey Rush, I will go this far. Jeffrey Rush is as good at being Barbossa as Jack Sparrow is as Johnny Depp is at being Captain Jack.
Yeah,
I would go that far.
I would sign off on it. It's it's awesome.
Yeah. What do y'all think?
He's one of my all-time favorites, and really, Pirates of the Caribbean, absolutely. The first movie is up there in my favorite all-time movies. Disney, even outside of Disney. And so anyway, yeah, right, Jillian. If only. But here we go. Mikey says Barbossa was day 5 training for parade. Alrighty there. But anyway, I love all the villains from Pirates franchise. I really do.
They're all
you got Barbossa, Davy Jones, Captain Salazar, you got Blackbeard. They're all great. And by the way, they better be glad I don't live down there and I don't Will have his own, needs an AP of his own, is what Tina says here. They better be glad I don't have an AP of my own and time on my hands because I would be down there petitioning in the park every single day. It's a small feature, but bring back the fog as you enter into Pirates of the Caribbean. And what you need to do is cycle the characters.
Yes.
Cycle the
Yes.
villains.
Y'all remember that?
Give them all a
Y'all
line
remember
and cycle
the
through them.
yeah, the fog that used to come down as you went in, and they projected either so it's Blackbeard and Davy Jones, right? Do y'all remember that? That fog that was so
Well,
cool.
and closer to Dead Men Tell No
And
Tales, they had Captain Salazar, if I remember right.
and it
So
seems like an easy thing to do. I mean, why not
yeah,
bring that back? It was so
it's so
lot of
simple, but it
bang for your
adds so
buck.
much. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, y'all remember that? Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
It was fantastic, Tina. Now
But I would be down there
my
every
favorite
single
was
day
David
petitioning for
Jones.
that.
Yeah, yeah. My favorite was David Jones, actually.
Yeah.
Julie McCowan, hey, welcome in.
Welcome in.
Thanks for being here. Yeah, I agree. That's a seemingly small thing that they could. Cherie, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. That's a seemingly small thing that they
Yeah.
could, that they could add back. The other thing, not to bring us down, but we absolutely do need to. Simba 2, welcome in, Matt.
Yeah.
We absolutely do need to recognize
Hey,
on
welcome back.
Hitchhiker Chat. And of course, I talked about this in our live streams from the parks, but y'all, Richard Sherman passed away of, the duo, the Sherman brothers. To name or list all of their songs, and I may actually do that in a tribute to them next week. But Richard Sherman passed last week, a couple weeks ago now. Time does have a way of passing, and we just absolutely lost a legend. He was 92 or 95. I saw both, and I did not look it up. I apologize for
Google
that.
it real quick. Mine, man. Oh, geez. My comments are okay. Am I good again? My comments are messed up there for a second.
Kay, right? Kay was asking if we have the flow charts to keep track.
Yeah.
It's true. We actually, Kay, here's the thing, Kay. I know this is really hard to believe, but we had 6 grandchildren with us.
Yeah.
One on the way, so we had 6.5 kids with us, because my daughter-in-law Jamie is pregnant, but they were. Was it just me, William, or did you think they were excellent? That they were really good?
I think everybody did a very good job of keeping together. I mean, granted, only one of the 4 park days where we had everybody. Mom and Jillian went in on the non-park days for everybody else, but Steve and Jamie Whitley only did the one day at Magic Kingdom for Hadley's birthday.
They surprised
us.
So,
but we did a great job that day sticking together. But there were 12 total in our party, and half of those were kids. And so we did an excellent job of everybody sticking together. And then outside of that, did a great job of the other days staying together too. He was 28.
Exactly, Tina. I have prior experience.
95 was the
95.
age of Richard M. Sherman.
He was half of the duo, the Sherman brothers.
The boys.
He and his brother Robert wrote so many of the Disney songs that we sing. Next week I will put together a little tribute to him with some of those, and we'll just kind of go through his accomplishments. To still have had him around at age 95, y'all, was fantastic. You can see some really nice pieces of interviews and what have you on the Disney Channel. I believe let's see, what is it called, William? What's the on the Disney Channel,
on Disney Plus?
On Disney Plus. I said Disney.
Is,
I keep saying Disney Channel.
Is it not called The Boys? I thought it was just called The Boys.
It may be called The Boys.
Yeah.
And then there's also a piece with them on the one where they bring back the memorabilia from different shows.
Yeah,
I'm
The
having
Boys.
trouble remembering.
That is prop. Was it Prop Culture?
Prop Culture. Prop Culture. There is also an episode of Prop Culture where he appears. Now, his brother Robert died some years ago, but we absolutely are just blessed to have had a Richard as many years as we did. And hey, Pete, welcome in.
Hey, great to see Pete.
Oh, we can restart the stream for you, Pete. We absolutely can. Anyway, yeah, well, I will definitely put together something for next week's show on Richard Sherman.
I did want to say, I think Prop Culture was taken off of Disney Plus. And so anyway,
Was it?
So yeah, it looks like just, and I saw something about this a while back, but I guess it didn't get enough numbers, but the company reportedly removed a number of shows it considered unprofitable as part of a cost cutting measures.
Oh my goodness, I loved Prop Culture,
which is a shame. I really enjoyed that show. Dan Lanigan was the historian and collector that they followed around.
Yeah, man. Gosh, I really hate that. I can't believe that was something that would have gotten the axe. I feel like they were kind of cutting their own history there.
Plenty other junk out there on Disney Plus, but we'll keep on moving.
They cut that one.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see here. So going to this day in Disney history, which another thing, if you want to write this down somewhere, Mom, I would also like to, Dean, the Turkey Lecturer, did a stream on Lion King, the 30th anniversary. And I would also like to discuss the Lion King as a show topic at some point. Yeah. But anyway, this day in Disney history, 1977. Walt Disney World version of the Main Street Electrical Parade debuts, created by Bob Janney and project director Ron Miziker. It features floats and live performers covered in thousands of electronically colored lights and a synchronized track triggered by radio control along key areas of the parade route. The Main Street Electrical Parade's underlying theme song is entitled Baroque Hoedown, based on an original version first created in 1967 by early synthesizer pioneers Jean-Jacques Perret and Gershon Kingsley. Originally appearing at Disneyland in 1972, WDW's parade will run through September 1992, when it is replaced with Spectro Magic, which is the first parade I ever saw, nighttime parade I ever saw. And then it returned to the park again in May 1999. So, who all in the chat, you may be dating yourself a little bit, but who all in the chat actually saw the Main Street Electrical Parade? Didn't it also have a run at Disneyland? I know this isn't here, but I thought...
Well, that's the first place I saw it.
Yeah.
When I was about 12, I saw it first at Disneyland.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it had a shorter run at Walt Disney World, but it was definitely there. So yeah.
Let's
and then
see.
Spectro Magic took over. R.I.P. Spectro Magic as well. That y'all know I miss Spectro too, Matt. That's a sore spot with me.
I do too.
Yeah. I miss it.
Yeah, Cherie says, I hope they never take down the Animal Kingdom series. I rewatch both of those series all the time. It's so fun to watch that series and then go to the parks, and be able to identify, some of the critters and stuff, or ask, cast members that are there,
about them. How's this animal or that animal?
in the kind of tank area there at the Seas with Nemo and Friends, after you get off the ride, in the area you can walk into, and it's kind of circular and everything. Jillian and I have had some neat discussions with the cast members in there working, about Little Joe, and some of the other critters that are there with Nemo and at the Seas with Nemo and Friends as well. So yeah, agreed, Cherie. Great show.
Yeah, yeah, it is fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Dean says he only saw Spectral Magic. Pam never saw it in person. Yeah, it's exactly, Matt. I miss all of the nighttime. That's bring back nighttime parade. If I've said y'all before, if I got to be CEO for a day, that's the first. That's the first thing I would bring back is a nighttime parade to Magic Kingdom, because I feel like it's special. I feel like the nighttime parades are just in many ways more special than the daytime parade. Actually,
there's no question they are 100%. In my opinion, and Festival of Fantasy is great. The some of the other cavalcades and things like that have been fun. Since they've been doing these since the parks reopened after COVID. But anyway.
Nothing compared to the emotion that is stirred by that nighttime parade, and I'll have to say, I remember, it's a core memory here, guys. For me, is the first time I ever saw the Electric Light Parade at Disneyland, and I've referenced that before. I stood there and watched that. I had never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like 5 minutes into, all the, the little butterflies that come up to you and flitter. And I just cried. I just stood there and cried. And that is a core memory for me, is seeing the Main Street Electrical Parade for the first time. And we always called it, when I was all my growing up years, we always referred to it as the Electric Light Parade. It was just kind of a shortened, version of it. So that's what I still call it, the Electric Light Parade. But yeah, absolutely.
Mike, it was great to see you too. Great to spend time with you too. We were able to meet up with Mike and Russ. It was fun to spend time with them at Disney Springs. Let's see. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat real quick.
We've got a good bit. I've got a bunch of stuff to show you guys.
Let me wrap real quick on this day in Disney history. 1995, a small army of Disney and New York City Parks Department workers go to work clearing Central Park's great lawn of bottles, snack trays, and other trash left behind by the lucky 100,000 people who attended the Pocahontas premiere the night before. Really neat. It would be fun to look up news articles from around that time. But anyway, really neat way to premiere a film.
It really was. And it was, there's also a quote there by Rudy Giuliani.
Let's see here. This was the largest movie premiere in history, and we're very lucky. No one throws a party like New York City, and no one throws a party like Disney. Quote from New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani.
Hello, yo.
Hey, welcome in, yo. Let's see. 2010, World of Color officially debuts at Disney California Adventure Park. A spectacular display of water and special effects. It features more than 1,000 jets of water, which form incredible shapes in time to music, allowing Disney characters to come to life on a shimmering veil of mist. World of Color is a wonderful show. It's great. Me and Jillian Jillian and I have been to Disneyland, Disney California Adventure a couple of times. And the first time we saw the Christmas version, the holiday version of World of Color. I want to say it's like World of Color Holiday or something maybe, but anyway, it's spectacular and we thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's amazing.
We this past December, there's actually a live stream. I actually live streamed the Disney California Adventure, World of Color show. So
On the channel, if you want to
Yeah.
see it, guys, you can look it up.
yeah. This day in 2010, World of Color debuts. Fantastic show.
Mhm.
This day in Disney history, 2019, Toy Story 4 has its world premiere at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood, California. In attendance are Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Annie Potts, Tony Hale, Keegan-Michael Key, Madeline McGraw, Christina Hendricks, Keanu Reeves, Ali Mackey, Jay Hernandez, Lori Allen, Bonnie Hunt, Kristen Shaw, Wallace Shawn, John Ratzenberger, icon, Blake Clark, June Squibb, Carl Weathers, rest in peace, Miss Carl Weathers, Combat Carl, Jack McGraw, Juliana Hanson, Flea, Melissa Villasiner, and John Morris. The computer animated comedy film produced by Pixar Animation Studios for Walt Disney Pictures will be generally released to U.S. theaters June 21st. Toy Story 4. Yes, go ahead.
Question. Is John Ratzenberger a Disney legend?
I don't know.
We need to look that up.
Look it up.
Yeah, we need to look it up. And Main Street Nick has brought up the fact.
I
can't remember if he is or not. But he may be. He may be.
Hold on a second. Quick Google search, not coming up.
We'll look it up. We'll find out.
Yeah.
If one of you guys wants to check the D23 website, there's a list of there's a Disney Legends section there too. But yeah, Main Street Nick has brought up the fact that Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
There were lots of advertisements and there was already product and what have you for Inside Out 2. He's Mr. Potato Head. He is. Yeah.
No. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. No, he's ham. He's a ham. Hold on a second. Something about that didn't sound quite right. Yeah, he's ham.
Yeah. But he's in. John Ratzenberger voices a character in every Pixar film except one, and
except for Soul.
Except
for Soul.
Yes.
Supposedly he's featured some other way. Supposedly, but anyway, yeah. Let's see. I don't see him. I feel, and I can't believe I don't see him. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it is. That just occurred to me. Anyway, not to spend too much time.
I feel like we've talked about that previously.
Yeah. Evil Dr. Pork Chop, right?
Yeah.
That's John Ratzenberger. His voice is totally recognizable. I mean, if you
immediately,
if you hear John Ratzenberger's voice, you know that's immediately that's who it is. So really cool. Yeah. So Jonathan, wow, he's not officially a legend yet from what I see. He needs to go. We need to lobby Disney. John Ratzenberger absolutely needs to be a Disney legend.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, a lot of people know him from Cheers. Jonathan says, referencing.
Oh yeah.
But Toy Story 4, definitely bottom of my list. I could have lived without Toy Story 4 and been perfectly fine. You could have introduced Forky in some shorts. I do like Duke Kaboom. I do like Duke Kaboom.
I do too.
He's pretty funny.
I do love Duke Kaboom.
But definitely 1, 2, and 3. I don't know that Disney's ever put forth better.
Ham.
Let's see. Hannah Legend, but not Ham. Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Well, now the main problem that I had with Toy Story 4 was how it ended.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I think they totally missed the mark on that because you have the 1, 2, and 3 based on you've got a friend in me,
Yeah.
to infinity and beyond friendship between, between Woody and Buzz Lightyear,
Yeah.
and then at the end of that they split them up
Yeah.
for Bo Peep, and I thought that to me was not how that should have gone at
Yeah.
all. I don't think that's how that should have gone at all. They could have done it much better. So that's my big
Who
problem
knows?
with Toy Story.
Maybe they will right the ship in a Toy
Maybe
Story
they
5
will.
at some point.
Maybe they will. Maybe they
But
will. But
anyway,
1 through 3, um, in my mind, were probably one of the most solid trilogies, if you
yeah,
will, of any film franchise.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, no question. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, and 3 being among one of those that many, or my bad, Toy Story 2 being, that people like to make lists of films where
Yeah.
the sequel's better than the original.
Yeah.
There are many people that like Toy Story 2
That's
better than Toy
true.
Story 1. So
That's true.
it's
Yeah.
on that list. But
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway, that wraps up this day in Disney history. So we'll get into our trip recap. We're 33 minutes deep, looks like.
I'll
So
cover that.
we'll go ahead and get into our Disney trip recap. We were there from May 25th to June 4th. We had some travel days, at the beginning and the end.
Mhm.
But
We drove. We did not
yes, we
fly.
drove.
And
Yep.
so, all the kids, and so we drove in this time.
Yeah.
15 hours from without stops, from we're pretty much in the middle, guys. We're in Texas.
Yeah.
So, whether we head out to Disney East or Disney West, it's about the same driving time for us.
Yeah. Our first, order of our park days. Oh, thanks, Sheree. I appreciate it. You have a good night. Our order of our park days, we had Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, and Animal Kingdom. And we had rest days built in between. So I was fresh. I was on fresh legs the entire time. I felt great the entire time. We had back-to-back days with Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom, though. And so, outside of my feet hurting just a little bit. Hey, thanks. Hey, looky there. Mark says, hey, Bones. Hey, chat. On our way to Walt Disney World, joining you from 38,000 feet. I wonder if you're the first person to ever watch our stream in the air, Mark.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
There you go. So it'll be Ninja. But thank you for checking in on us there. Y'all have a safe flight and have a wonderful time.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Yeah. Keep us posted. Post some pictures, Ghost Toast chat. Yeah, that is so cool. I don't think we've ever had anybody jump in on our live stream from the air. So that's cool. So absolutely, Godspeed to Walt Disney World, guys.
Yes, safe travels. And so outside of my feet hurting just a little bit, which if I'd have used some Tiger Balm or if I'd have taken some ibuprofen or something, I probably wouldn't even have that. But I felt great the whole time. Amy, welcome in. Great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
So yes, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, and Animal Kingdom. Let's see here. Mom, did you want to run through some tips just traveling with the kids? So we had outside of the Magic Kingdom day, which they would have had Whitley, obviously with the rest of us. We had let's see.
And Jamie and Stephen brought their own stroller.
Yeah, roughly. We had a rough ballpark of a 1-year-old, 14-month-old, a 1-year-old, 5-year-old, 4-year-old, 8-year-old, newly turned 8-year-old, and
while we were there,
11-year-old. And so, anyway, quite the crew.
It was fantastic.
So anyway, Mom has some tips here, and I'll mention some other things.
You may have some to add. These are just some that come to mind, guys, traveling with children. If you need a stroller, check Disney.com to be sure that your stroller meets their guidelines, because they do have, some types of strollers that are not allowed. Wagons are not allowed into the parks unless
Yep.
there is a medical reason to have them. And that has to be cleared ahead of time as well. So check that.
Yeah, that it's, make sure to check the size of your stroller,
Yes,
uh,
dimensions.
Stephen and Jamie had gotten a little bit of because the shape of their stroller was kind of different, but the thing is, for our boys, Wyatt and Wesley, we have a double stroller, but they're not side by side. They're front to back. Wesley's small. His seat faces us, and Wyatt sits in the front facing in front of us. And so
they're not supposed to be the side by sides. They're supposed to be just so that they're more narrow.
For
exactly. The parks.
And so theirs was very much the same. I was like, I don't, and theirs is even fancier than ours. It didn't seem to me, somebody had mentioned it, but outside of that, like nobody like stroller parking, said anything. Somebody said something like toward the entrance. But outside of that, nobody else brought it up the whole day that they used it.
Well, it was, really, their stroller was a little bit different, but it was not a side by side.
No, it wasn't.
It was shaped differently, and the kids kind of fit into it differently. Yeah. But it was still basically the same size as y'all's.
Oh, it was.
As far as
and it was interesting too. It's kind of cool. Like it wasn't a wagon. Like there are some tank stroller. There you go.
They don't want no tanks. They don't want
no tanks. People try to bring like legitimate wagon, like a legitimate wagon in there with no seats. And so anyway, make sure do your homework. If you're bringing in some sort of stroller. You can always rent a stroller as well. We've never had to do that, but it is an option for anybody that gets there. And
absolutely, you can't. And they're not going to be they're hard. Disney strollers are hard plastic. They're not going to be as comfortable for your kiddos as what you would bring, but it is an option. So and Mark says he loves me a tank stroller, and wow, they had to kind of get a handle on that, guys, because people were literally bringing in tank strollers. They were bringing in, strollers the size of a queen and, queen size bed. Basically, it was just a little bit much. So they had to get a handle. Several years ago, they released some guidelines. They're on the Walt Disney World website. If you want to check those, be sure you're, in compliance so that you don't have any problems when you go through security on that.
And the other thing too is if you are going to use it, if you are going to have a stroller, just do your best. I probably clipped at least a couple people, but that was just like one of those was after Dreams That Soar at Disney Springs, because they cram you in like sardines, and work you through a line, especially after the show. I'm sure like I caught a couple of sneakers, but I do the best I can to be alert. It's
absolutely.
It's like a stretch shopping cart or whatever. And so, I do the best I can to look out for other people. But also too, do your best to pay attention also, because there are plenty of folks that, if I was just walking, if I wasn't even pushing a stroller, I'd have body checked them.
Right.
Just because they're paying zero attention to anything around them, walking at me, so anyway,
happens. I mean, I've had kids before, kids who are walking, who are looking around, they're totally oblivious, walk straight into me. So, and I have had, be careful and don't cut in front of a stroller.
That too, unless you're willing to catch. Unless you're willing to catch it on the ankle.
I will say I got a pretty good clip. I got a pretty good. And I was live streaming at the time on one of my prior trips. Y'all may remember that. somebody
Yeah.
was, they were just, I was walking and they just clipped the back of my ankle, and it really hurt. And
Yeah.
they just kept going. It was,
Yeah.
I mean, I would have at least stopped and said, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Are you
Yeah.
okay?" They just kept right on going. So,
Yeah.
just be aware.
Yeah.
Try. I know we all get Disney brain. We've got
Yeah.
50 million things to do. We're
Well,
trying to
the app, hang
manage
on,
the kids and
being on your phone most of the day to do stuff on
yeah,
Lightning Lane or check wait times contributes to that as well. So, but I do the best I can. As they say in football, keep your head on a swivel.
yes,
And
yeah,
so,
yeah.
I do the best I can watching out for everybody. I'm not out trying to run anybody down, but if you're pushing a stroller, do the best you can, to be alert, pay attention, look out for other people around you because they're not always looking out for themselves. um,
Right, right. All
but,
right, Joseph, welcome in. See
Genie
you.
Plus, if you can work it into your budget, welcome in, Joseph. If you
You
can work,
do cargo. Cargo is here, guys. So cargo is here. And if you're, I have not shown my ears. Let me just take a second to show my ears. These are from So Cargo, guys. She made these for me. I want this. It's a Frontierland print, actually. I'm going to take these off and show them to you because they are so pretty. And she specifically brought the country bears front and center on these. She posted these on her Instagram page if you want to look. Here's Little Buford. Little Buford is featured prominently on that light blue gingham bow, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Look at that. There are Bubbles, Bunny, and Beulah. Oh my goodness. I totally love this pattern. It is really pretty. The So Cargo, it does just do a beautiful job there. Her embroidery
yeah,
on
that's awesome.
the inside there. And these are amazingly comfortable, guys. She uses a little bit wider band, so they stay in place, and they are extremely cargo. I love these. Thanks so much. I did not get them in time to wear in the parks for this trip, but that's okay because I'll have them for next time. Absolutely. Thanks for that. Jonathan has put her information if you're interested in looking at any of her ears, and I will also put her link in the description of this video. Let me make myself a note. I should have thought to do that.
So yeah,
But thank you so
those ears
much.
are a lot of fun.
Yeah, these are perfect.
So back to Genie Plus, if
I
you
love
can
them.
work it into your budget, that's great. If not, just do the best you can. Jillian says, Jillian commented here and says, I will say though, this trip, I feel like we didn't even need Genie Plus. I know we always try to use it, especially at Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. Yeah. I just don't feel like you get the bang for your buck at Epcot or Animal Kingdom. And so, this trip we did use it at Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom. It just helps whenever you got that many kids. And granted, we waited a good amount of time for Frozen Ever After there at Epcot. But the kids did great. They did really
They
well.
did.
I mean,
They
outside of
did.
trying to climb stuff in the queue, and
Rock, paper, scissors.
yeah, we found ways to pass the time, and they did really well. But
They really did.
if you can work it into your budget, that's great. If not, don't feel like don't feel bad about it by any means. But
Yeah. Now I will have to say, I will say this though, and I've got this on my list, guys. Our Magic Kingdom Day with all of us there, 6 adults, 6 kids. We needed Genie Plus that day.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground that day too.
We covered a lot of ground that I feel like we would not have been able to cover had we not had Genie Plus. If you're going to buy Genie Plus for only one park, it's got to be Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Just take my word for that, and you will thank me later on it. But definitely, it was 100% worth it on our Magic Kingdom Day. It totally was to go ahead and buy it. Broke down, bought it. I know I don't like it, guys, any more than y'all do, but with all of us there, we wanted to get
And
as
that
much
too, I
into the
mean,
kids as we could.
obviously both the boys, Wesley's been to Disney World twice now, and Universal once. Wyatt's been to Disney World a few times too. Kylie's been to Disney World a couple of times, but this was Hadley and Landry's first trip, and so
Yes,
only having one day at the Magic Kingdom, we wanted to cover as much ground as we possibly could. And so we were able to do more with Genie Plus. The next thing on the list, and we'll when I give you a rundown of all the stuff we did each day, I'll let you know what which rides we're able to do on Genie Plus. Next thing, stay hydrated, and here are two things here. Keep them hydrated. They don't always necessarily want to drink something, but you encourage them as much as you can to drink something so they stay hydrated, especially if you're traveling during the summer months. Water, Gatorade, if they're looking for something, with flavor.
Yes. Yeah. And you can get water, and you can get the little, flavor packets,
that too. Yeah.
That you can add to if your kids won't drink just straight water now. And all of our kids will drink water like fish. They really enjoy water, so it's not a problem. But there are some kids I know who don't like. So you can buy little flavor packets, or whatever to add to it if you need to do that.
The other thing too, lots of quick service locations, and you can also go. Yes, the walls are down, Joseph. They were still up while we were there, but they are now down. Good call out there. But there's cups of water. Jillian and I and Wyatt like to bring in our own cups of water. You can take them into places like Backlot Express, ABC Commissary. These sit down quick service locations that have the soda fountains. You can go in there and fill up your own water bottle.
There are filling stations in the exit queue for Smuggler's Run. Just look for them. There are filling stations where you can refill your water bottle. Just a lot of places.
The free cups of water at some of the quick service windows. Just grab a cup of water, dump it into your water bottle. So anyway, you stay hydrated. Very important, and also keep them fed. People are much less. Don't let the kids get hangry. Navi River Journey has filling stations too. And funny note here, speaking of Navi River Journey, they're in the standby queue for Navi River Journey. While we were there, they have a drink card.
They do. I think they take a picture of that.
I think we did. But they had a drink card midway through. Granted, it was like a 40-minute wait or something, I think. But anyway, I was highly amused by the fact that they had a drink cart midway through the line queue for Navi River Journey.
You can buy like legitimate drinks. It's
like
literally
bottled drinks.
Bottled drinks halfway through because that queue line is so ridiculously long that they
just wrap around so much.
Now that's an excellent question. Tina has a good question here. Is the water in the filling station fountains filtered? I don't know the answer to that question.
No clue. No clue.
Jillian, do you know if it is?
Let's see here. Mark says, I've never stood in Navi's queue, but glad they have that card. It seems brutal. They just wraps around so much. My goodness.
It does. It's the queue to know where, eventually it'll get you there, but it's like, wow, where are we going? Where are we going? 5 hours later, SpongeBob is still in the line queue.
We like to bring the other thing too is in addition to hydration, don't let you or the kids get hangry. Have pack a bag, have some snacks. We bring in granola bars. Mom likes to bring
Oh
in
yeah.
Rice Krispie treats.
Mhm.
But things like granola bars,
Yeah.
goldfish,
Whatever the kids will eat.
cheese crackers, peanut butter crackers,
Mhm.
you know, things like that, where you're just hanging out in a queue are great ways
Mhm.
to keep them, give them something to do and
Yeah.
also get something on their stomach.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Bring those in,
yeah,
again, keep them from getting hangry.
yeah,
Prepare a schedule ahead
yeah,
of your trip. We're planners. William and I are both big time. Write it down, people, for park days and rest days, so that you kind of know what you'll be doing. Now, unless you're an annual pass holder, you don't have to make a reservation anymore. But I still, kind of went ahead and figured out, what days we'd be doing which park, which,
yeah,
if you plan some of those things out ahead of time, then it takes away some of the chaos when you
yeah,
get there. Because believe me, when you get there with your family, you want to have some of those things figured out ahead of time, so you don't have to think about them when you're there,
yeah,
because it's a lot. So do that, kind of, prepare a schedule of at least which park, which days you're going to be doing what parks
yeah,
minimum. And then I also came up with a list of possible activities for non-park days. Did we get it all done? No. Will I transfer that to the next list? Absolutely. So, take breaks, plan rest days. Let me say that again. Plan rest days, because you're going to need them. The kids, park days in the heat. Guys, there's a lot of walking to be done in Walt Disney World. So build in those rest days, plan for that, take pool days, enjoy a resort, whether you're staying on property or off property, and everybody's going to be a lot happier. Um, Also consider buying gift cards for each child. Now, we did not do this trip. I discussed this with Jeff, and we just didn't do it for some reason. But consider buying gift cards for each child and saying, okay, here's your gift card. It has X amount of money on it, and you get to decide what you want to buy. Of course, you can give them some guidance, in what they buy. But when it's gone, it's gone. So that gives them, some responsibility. It gives them some freedom, some ownership, and that way they can, kind of have their own money and feel like they can pick,
Woohoo.
with parental supervision, of course,
Yeah,
that they can pick out some things and have their own money.
yeah,
Balance rides with shows and attractions with air conditioning.
yeah.
The Florida heat can be brutal, and it's only going to get worse as we get further into the year. So, balance those rides. When you get really hot, kids get really hot. Be sure that you go into Hall of Presidents, or
Hmm.
go sit for a little while, grab some water. We also we like to schedule at least one sit down meal
Uh-huh.
every day. That gives you in your mind that you have that break coming up midday.
Yeah,
Everybody goes in, they sit down to a nice table service meal, drink plenty of water, and then you're ready to go for the next half of your day.
yeah.
So that's
The other
also
thing
something that
too
we've learned.
is especially at our Magic Kingdom Day, with Jamie being pregnant and having a couple of really little ones with us, we did a great job. Being the last day of May was our Magic Kingdom Day. We did a great
Oh yeah,
job of
we did.
moving point to point in the shade.
Yes.
Hey, welcome in, Danny.
Oh, hi, Danny. Welcome in. Welcome, Danny. We really did. Now, I will have to say, um, Jamie really should have rented a scooter. She did
Yeah, she did.
fantastic, and I
She
don't know
did
how she
great
did it.
though. I mean, my goodness,
She
like
did. Yeah,
my
she really
goodness.
did.
Um,
But she really should have rented a scooter. And guys, the scooter rentals are right there as you go in. So it's no big deal to
Yeah.
rent one. There are also tons of companies. If you don't want to rent one of Disney's, there are also tons of companies there in, in Orlando, and they will deliver the scooter to your resort. So, check into that ahead of time. And Jeff goes, Jeff,
Doesn't even bat an eye. Yeah. It is the truth.
That's his modus operandi. That's
Yeah.
just how he rolls at Disney. But
that is he 100% is fall in line or fall behind.
Jamie did great.
Yeah.
And anyone who falls behind is left behind.
Yeah. Huh?
He sticks to the pirate code.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Jonathan says, I picture giving out Disney cards to each kid only to find out they pulled together to buy a giant crystal statue at the crystal shop. LOL. That would be impressive. That would be impressive.
That would be impressive. I'll have to
Mark
say.
says, gift cards with a set value is huge. We just did that at a local amusement park on our Iowa trip. $50 to use on rides and games, no fighting or complaining when he losing money games. So yeah. Anyway, so Cargo says Disney is 1 week from today for me. I'm super pumped. Oh, you should be. That's awesome.
That is. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm sure you're going to be posting on Instagram. Cargo will be. Yeah.
Tina says I bring the water in. We buy 4 or 5 gallons of the grocery store and fill up our insulated metal water bottles, which is what, when I said water bottles, that's what we use as well, as insulated water bottles. One for me, Jillian, and Wyatt. We just clip it to the stroller. We have a Mickey shaped, of course.
Welcome in.
We have a Mickey shaped, stroller clip that just clips onto the stroller, and we've got our water bottles hanging off of it.
Yeah, the fan that you guys have that clips to the stroller is fantastic.
We have,
as well.
it's got those flexible arms on it. Jillian's done a stream before of some of the, that type of thing.
That's what I was going to say, guys. I'm just giving some kind of quick basic things here. Jillian actually has, if you look on her, look on our playlist for What's Brewing with the Bones. Jillian does has an excellent stream going over all of this in great detail. She does a fantastic job with it. I will try to link that. Make a note of that.
Yep. Jillian says she recommends Scooter Bug. They also deliver to and from the airport as well.
Scooter Bugs.
Tina says you can get one much cheaper, like Gold Mobility, for $220 for a week. So there you go. But so shop around. If that's something you're going to need, then definitely shop around, because you don't want to. You could buy Mickey bars with the savings.
Carco, that would be fantastic. Absolutely. Let us know. Let us know.
Let's see here.
Send us a message.
Check the forecast, obviously. Look for potential for afternoon showers, rain showers. That is, have those pocket ponchos as well, so you don't have to pay $15 or however many it is, however much it is these days for Disney ponchos. Just helps to have if you need it. Doesn't take up that much space in the bag.
It does.
Buy Magic Bands ahead of time and link them to your Walt Disney World account if you plan to use them. There are Magic Bands and the Magic Band Plus. Remember, if you're going to use a Magic Band Plus, keep that thing charged up. When you get home, you're tired at the end of the day, don't forget to put your Magic Band Plus on the charger.
Yes. I have something to say about that. The first Magic Band that I bought, at least 14 years ago now, and I don't have it with me. I have shown it on live streams before. It has Walt and Tinkerbell on it. I just purely out of curiosity and nostalgia, I took that magic band with me this time, and guys, it still works. It works fine. 14 years later, that battery in that magic band is still good. And the battery in my magic band plus, I had to charge every night without fail, or it didn't work. So I just I just wanted to say that the newer magic bands, you have to charge every night. And I've got several that now that's my oldest one at 14 years old.
Yeah.
But I have several that I bought, up, before they came out with the Magic Band Plus, and all of them still work. So there's that. Yeah.
So here's this one on the end here is
There
from
you
our
go.
2016 trip.
Mhm.
This one right here.
Oh,
and then,
now that's one of the first ones, William.
yeah, so I still have the box that this one came in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's an OG Magic Band right there. And then you've got various other ones here. I have one Magic Band Plus. So I'll show these again real quick because I love my love my Magic Bands. But got a Lion King Hakuna Matata one. I've got Mando and Grogu as green. The Animal Kingdom Hakuna Matata Lion King one is orange. There's a Goofy movie one with Max and Goofy and Powerline on it that's blue. I have a Country Bear Jamboree one that's brown with various musical instruments on it, and one of the bears on the other side. And then I've got the Walt Disney World 50th celebration one with various characters on it. It's also kind of a I guess that iridescent color, and it's my only one that has one of these little what do you call these little doohickeys here?
I don't know what you call those.
Anyway, the little square things. I don't know if that
Right.
OG square bands. There you go. I don't know what you call these things, but anyway, Chad, help me out if you can. But it says Walt Disney World 50 on it.
Add-on thingies. Yeah.
And then I have this one, which band keepers. There you go. So that works for me. We had Mom bought some band keepers and handed them out to help keep your magic band on your wrist. This is the first trip. A slider. Hey, there you go.
There you go.
Slider. Thank you. That's the term I was looking for. That's the term I was looking for. The joys of live streaming and just blanking on something. Here's the one that Mom bought for me recently. Is an Iron Man one. Pretty cool. It's red. And Mom bought these. We bought these on Amazon or something, Mom? This little slider.
Yeah.
This trip is the first time.
By the way. Yeah.
I like it because it stands out. But anyway, these sliders are very helpful because the last thing you want to do is have one of these things get ripped off your wrist. This trip was the first time that's ever happened to me. And I guess I don't know if it was just over the course of the day. I think I just rubbed my wrist up against taking off my backpack or something, and it yanked my magic band off. And so anyway, that's the first time that's ever happened to me, but it does happen. So anyway, there's my Iron Man one. And then I had this one made. It's no longer there, but there was a kiosk there at the Dinosaur Gift Shop at Animal Kingdom. This is my black Kingdom Hearts. It's got Mickey,
I love that.
Donald and Goofy on it.
That is so
I had this one customized. And that little kiosk is no longer there in the Dinosaur Gift Shop. But anyway, that's kind of got the heart logo and various other.
That is such a cool one to have, though, William, because it's very unique.
But I had this one made, and I just went and picked it up at the gift shop. I went in, I punched in, the information, and had it made, and I picked it up at the end of my park day. But big fan of that one. And then here's my plus that, again, Mom's alluding to. Here's a little charging dongle or whatever term you want to use for it.
Yep.
But you got to clip that onto the back here. You can see the charging and line that up to here to charge it. But anyway, I must say, if I lived closer, I would 100% get more into the Disney parks, the Disney or Play Disney app. I would do more of that. Because you can go through and use your Magic Band Plus. Again, here's the Plus, side by side comparison with the
Danny
regular
has a
Magic Band.
question there. Danny has
Oh,
a
what's the
question.
next question? Where did you get your hat? Well, I got this at Box Lunch, actually. I guess, I don't know, it was a year or two ago, maybe more than that. Probably more than that at this point. But anyway, it's a New Era hat. It's fitted, size 7.5, low profile is what the says on the little thing here. But it's kind of a shiny blue color, like dark blue
Sateen,
color.
like a satin finish. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really a beautiful hat. Yeah.
And it's got sort of a silhouette of Fantasia Sorcerer Mickey, and it's a black silhouette with the stars and moon or gold on the hat. But anyway, I got it a while back. But anyway, I saw it, and I think it might have even been on sale at the time. But I was like, all right, I got to have that hat.
It's nice, very nice.
New Era put out like a Disney line at one point, and also like a Winnie the Pooh line also. And all of them sold out. I didn't get a single one. I was real bummed about it. But I do have this one, which I like a whole lot. So anyway, let's see. Mark says, oh yeah, I always forget about Magic Band Plus for adults in Galaxy's Edge. Do not do it with kids unless you have linked their bands to your app. Wally was stuck in perpetual search mode. We had to get a cast member to fix it. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Speaking of that, me and Wesley, just like the Mandalorian and Grogu, did some bounty hunting in Galaxy's Edge. And for the first time, Wesley and I, it was towards the end of the night, the mom, dad, and the girls were at Slinky Dog Dash. Jillian was just kind of hanging out with the boys. And so, I said, hey, well, I say the boys, I had, I guess, did Wyatt ride Slinky Dog with y'all or no? I was trying to think what Wyatt was doing during this time. Anyway.
I want to say no.
Did he? No. Okay. Maybe he
No, he did. He did.
He went with y'all?
He was with us. Yes, he did.
This is what happens when you have 5 kids and the kids outnumber the adults. And so anyway, I did have Wesley with me. I know that much. I had the presence of mind to know I had Wesley with me. But anyway, Jillian just kind of wanted to sit and hang out for a little bit, so she did that. Hung out towards over in the Woody's lunchbox area. But I took Wesley and we went in the Galaxy's Edge. I nuked a bunch of apps on my phone to make space for the app because it's so large. But Wesley and I went around and did a couple of bounties in Galaxy's Edge. So you can take your Magic Band Plus and scan it, and it'll assign, in conjunction with the Disney Play Parks app, you can bounty hunt. So they have these little panels, like door panels. If you look around Galaxy's Edge, you'll notice them. And they have this little circle icon, which really I think they could probably draw out a little bit better. But the doors do have a little bounty hunting logo on it. But anyway, basically you scan your band, and then essentially it's hot or cold. So you can walk one way, and if it's green, you're walking the right direction. If it's red, you're walking the wrong way.
Interesting.
And it vibrates. So as you get closer to the right door, so what you have to do is you touch your band to the door. If it's right, it'll flash purple, and it means you found your bounty. If it's wrong, it'll flash red, and you got to keep looking. And so anyway, I finally would find the purple door. Touch my Magic Band against it, and then your play app recognizes that you got the right door, and it has you stand back up some and frame the door frame, and then it shows like a heat signature of the character that you're looking for.
Oh wow!
And so then you go back to over to the bounty hunting area. You scan your band and you collect your credits. So it keeps track.
Wow.
It keeps track of the bounties that you found as well. So anyway, pretty neat. I took a bunch of screenshots on my phone. I'll have to post about them or something at some point. But it was a lot of fun. If I lived local, I would definitely do it more often. That and the pirate adventure over at Magic Kingdom, I would be glad to do that. more often too. If I lived closer, could go more frequently.
Mhm.
But anyway, yeah. Mark says bounty hunting was fun, but the band flashing, buzzing red freaked Wally out. Oh yeah, it's a bit jarring once if it's green, you're like, okay, I'm headed the right way, and once it goes red, you're like, oh, whoops. um, and so anyway, Mark says we could never scan a door because his band was not linked on the app. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, that's a good heads up there. Thanks for sharing your experience
It
there,
is.
Mark.
Really glad you guys got to do that. I've been wanting
Yeah.
to try that for a while.
I have, and I was thankful to have some time at the end of the night. Oh, by the way, as reaping the rewards of collecting my bounties, I did treat myself to some blue milk. I've got the I'm trying to remember. I want to say Bubo Farms or something like that. The little milk stand. It's got the green milk critter, and then the bantha on the other side, or the blue milk. So anyway, it's plastic. Adding to our various Disney Disney cups. I've got we have various Disney cups. We've got an old a plastic cup from Pandora, closer to when Pandora opened. It's pretty neat. It's got like banshees on it and stuff. I'll have to highlight our various cups because I'm a sucker for shenanigans and gimmicks. And I saw this and I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to have that. But again, it's just plastic. We'll definitely be hand washing it, to preserve it as long as we can. But it's a lot of fun. Mark says, I think the only adult use of Magic Band Plus is Disney Cruise, though you still need your KTWC, so it's always on the lanyard. I've not been on a Disney cruise, so that is one acronym I'm not familiar with. KTWC there, Mark. Let's see here. Sorry. Yeah, Jillian saying you can get the sliders on Amazon. Oh yeah. Let's see. Mark says Wally gets so much enjoyment out of activating the statues, which is something other fun you can do. You just kind of walk by and wave your arm. Sometimes you got to be positioned in the right area to be able to interact with the statues. But
the sensors are not always like directly in front of the statue. It's interesting. But
yeah. There we go.
KTWC Kinder World Park.
Yeah. Did I like the blue milk? I prefer the blue milk to the green.
I do too.
I don't know. I think I've only had the green maybe once or twice now, but I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because it's Star Wars and it's blue milk. But since Galaxy's Edge has popped up there at Hollywood Studios and at Disneyland, I almost feel an obligation to get the blue milk. It's worked its way into my regular habits. For me to have a good day at Hollywood Studios, I need a Ronto and I need some blue milk. And I missed my Ronto because Dad makes really, really good breakfast sandwiches. On park days. And so big shout out to Dad for the awesome breakfast sandwiches. But because of the breakfast sandwich, I did not partake in a Ronto this go around. But I guess they could say absence only makes the heart grow fonder. So I will look forward to my next Ronto.
However, two big things. We did do Satuli Canteen, which is our other go-to.
At Animal Kingdom.
At Animal Kingdom. And in Hollywood Studios, you finally got the Wookiee cookie.
I did, but it wasn't the OG Wookiee cookie. They've changed up the Wookiee cookie. But I did finally secure the Wookiee cookie, and shared it. It was worth celebrating. I distributed my my Wookiee cookie amongst family. Cut it up and let everybody have some. Anyway, we really enjoyed it. So I missed out on the Ronto, but I did indeed finally get a Wookiee cookie.
Oh, okay,
I
cookie.
took a
Yeah.
picture. I'll have to post that as well. I just need to go through my pictures and post some.
Right,
Um,
right.
but anyway, finally got it and got some blue milk. So, and we got it. No, I don't have that. All right, I'll be right back. I got to go get this because it's too cool. Be right back.
Okay.
I knew there was something I was forgetting, and I will be
Okay.
right back.
Cool. Yeah. Yes, he did finally get the Wookiee cookie. Yes. And Mikey does make a good kitty cat. And Cargo, I know. He does that every time I'm logging off with Mike. He does the whole cat thing. He's just a mess. He's trying to make you laugh, and we do have such a good time. We y'all know how much I love Mike and Russ. They're precious. And I'm telling you, those kids are like herding cats. They are. So,
All right.
but yeah.
All right, I got it. So, like I said, I got this
Okay.
cup. Got the Wookiee cookie. And got the blue milk in this cup. The other thing, as I promised, no first order stormtroopers were harmed in the making of said popcorn bucket. But I did. We did get the
There you
first order
go.
stormtrooper popcorn bucket. It's interesting because it hangs upside down, so I guess technically you could put the top is actually on the bottom in terms of opening it. But there you go, it opens up here. But it's the reclaimed first order stormtrooper popcorn bucket. But it's awesome. If you look at it, because we got one for ourselves and we got one for our friends, Gary and Casey, who are headed down to Walt Disney World with their girls currently. But if you look at it, they're all weathered just a little bit differently. Some of them have more brown, in different places. Some of them have, there's kind of a little scratch here, or crack here. Some of them, are highlighted a bit more there. But yeah, I mean, it's great. Actually, let me go big screen. Yeah, because this thing's really cool. But yeah, they're all weathered a little bit differently. You'll see, more black marks or brown spots. They're all weathered just a little bit differently, but really neat.
I think it's really
I'm glad
neat
we
that
got
they
this
did it
one.
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
they're cool. Those were released on
pretty good size. I mean, pretty good size for a popcorn bucket. I mean, I'd have to go get an actual popcorn bucket, but I mean, holding it up to next to my head is pretty decent size.
Yeah, those were initially released on May the 4th, and they're still around.
Yeah. Key to the world card. Thank you, Mark. There we go. Key to the world card. So there we go. See, I need to go on a Disney cruise so I can learn other Disney acronyms.
No, we didn't. We didn't, Mark, have any other interactions. I'm sure walking around with that popcorn bucket probably does get the attention of the troopers.
Oh, I bet. That's funny. That's funny. I didn't even think about that. That's funny. No, we bought it and it went down into the bottom of the stroller. Let's see. Yeah. Tina says it would be cool if they had little prizes you could buy with your credits. Yeah, I mean, if they did like the Pirates League, and and had like these little cards or something to give out, that would be a lot of fun.
That would be really cool.
Yeah,
like a collectible something. Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did finally get my Wookiee cookie. Raw toast sandwich. Oh no, Ronto wrap. Let's see here. Oh, WW Explore and Chill. Welcome in. Great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for we really appreciate you guys popping in. We sure do. Let's see. Now the next day, Ed's still there.
I haven't even gotten to the actual notes. This has just been shooting from the cuff. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm looking. Wookiee could get hit a while. Let's see. Sorry, I'm catching up. Oh, Kevin. Great to see you, Kevin. Kevin Theme Park Adventure. Let's see here.
Now
Get you down
we,
here, Kevin.
guys, the other thing that we did that worked out extremely well. As we said, our eldest son and daughter-in-law and
Yeah.
youngest granddaughter showed up and surprised us the day before we went into Magic Kingdom. They wanted to be there for their daughter turned 8. Our granddaughter turned 8 while we were there, and we celebrated Hadley's birthday in Magic Kingdom, had to make that our Magic Kingdom day. And I made reservations, made an advanced dining reservation like, a couple of months ago for the Crystal Palace that day. Worked out perfectly.
Thank you so far. That's so kind. Yeah, we'll give you a heads up if we ever do that.
Yeah, I think that went really well. But
always love to have the Pizza Planet truck, Ed. Yeah, we agree. That one's awesome.
Yeah.
And the Slinky Dog sipper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd love to have the Pizza Planet truck. I like that one too. Hopefully, it'll come to Walt Disney World.
It's been there the last couple of days,
yeah.
I believe.
Oh, is it at Walt Disney World now? That would be great. Yeah. So here is the card that they give to all the kiddos. Friendship Day celebration. There's the card that they give out to the kids when you eat at the Crystal Palace. So we got those for the kids. Eeyore, Pooh, Piglet, and Tigger, of course. Rotate tables. It's a buffet. It's a good buffet, and it's an all you care to eat. And the characters rotate from table to table, so they come to
all you care to enjoy. But for me, it's all you can eat
and see you exactly because there are people who take that as a challenge. So, yeah, but this is cool. They give, and I'll hang on to these for the girls. I think the two that I have belong to two of the girls, so I'll hang on to those for them. But I did want to show you that, and I did want to show you these. We were talking about tickets and magic bands.
Yes.
Guys, they still do have, believe it or not. Let me turn Elsa right side up here. They do actually still have tickets.
Yes, physical plastic tickets.
Physical plastic tickets, and this is what they look like. I did not buy magic bands for the girls, and then Stephen and Jamie, of course, came in without letting us know, so we had to buy their tickets on the fly. And these are the ones that were issued. There's Moana, and they're pretty. They're still plastic. There's Elsa. They're very pretty. They've always had characters on them. And then the other one is Tiana.
Yeah.
So they're really cute. They're really cute. And then they make nice keepsakes too. So
they do.
So if you don't have, that's what they give you. If you don't have the magic band and you scan these, on rides, and they work the same way as a magic band. So I did want to show those.
Yeah.
Danny
said, did we all ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure? No. So they did. I think the first day of cast member previews would have been the day before we left.
It was.
And so, no, we did not, unfortunately.
Yeah. And they were still actually, Danny, they were still having trouble with it going down.
Yeah.
Because I went over to the last
we did hang out in that area and shoot a short though. Mom, was it you or Jillian that posted the Tiana's Bayou Adventure short? I took one as well. Okay, I took one as well that I will post probably day of opening.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I happened to go over to as love Steakhouse 71, y'all. And it was hot, and I decided I had not eaten. I took the monorail, went over to Steakhouse 71 to get the stack burger, which is, you can argue with me if you want, but you're not going to change my mind. It's the best burger in Walt Disney World. But I went and got that at the lounge because they're not open for lunch, but they do have it at the lounge. And a couple of people came in and sat down and were telling the cast member who was tending the bar there that they had come in that day specifically to ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and they went in and they waited for a while. It went down. Suffice to say, it was 1:30 in the afternoon. They had not gotten to ride it yet. So they've had a lot of I'm told that they redid the ride vehicles and some of the ride mechanism to stop the logs from crashing into each other. You know how they used to, they would crash into each other. They have tried to stop that. They've tried to, improve that so that the logs don't hit each other anymore. And they're just having some problems with it. They should have gotten all that straightened out by now, but most of the time when they open a ride, they do have some technical issues, and I'm sure they'll get them straightened out. But definitely, ride previews are not supposed to be ride testing.
Yeah.
I will say that there were a lot of people who were making excuses on social media and saying, "Oh, well, that's what previews are for." No, it's not
quite.
No, it's not. Previews are for previewing the ride.
Yeah, it's a dress rehearsal. It's not a rough run through.
Right.
And they've been running these boats for a long time now. Also,
yeah, ride testing takes place before the previews.
Yeah.
So, but at any rate,
it seems like cast members have been doing testing on this ride at nighttime. Prior to any of this,
yes.
People have been riding on the ride. They've had people in the boats, and so anyway, I did see a really neat video of the voice of Mama Odie singing "Dig a Little Deeper" as she was stuck on the ride with other people. She led people in a rendition of "Dig a Little Deeper," and that would be the absolute coolest thing to happen if you're going to get stuck on a ride.
That's true.
The boats are backed up in the video, but Mama Odie, I have to look up the voice actor's name, but that would be the coolest thing ever.
That would be the best place to get stuck for sure. Yeah. Sure.
Jennifer Lewis is her name, but there's a fun video making the cycles on social media with her. Let's see here. Back to the notes. Autograph books. Bring them. You don't want to end up like when I was 3 or so years old. So that and at some point we have to digitize this footage. But my mom has camcorder footage of, and we've discussed this on the channel. My mom has camcorder footage of me pushing my way at 3-ish years old all the way into Goofy, and getting to Goofy, and then coming back out of the crowd of children sad because back at that time there were no orderly lines. There's just the character just get mobbed by kids, and so anyway, I pushed my way through the crowd of other children, didn't have anything for him to sign, and walked away dejected and sad. And so anyway,
that's true.
If you can find
parenting fail on that one particular point, y'all.
No. Anyway, let's see here. Autograph books, yes. Autograph books, if you can find them discounted, get them in advance. Anytime you can save a little bit of money.
Character Warehouse.
Character Warehouse. Disney outlets. If you got any around you, there's one in Grapevine here in Texas.
Yeah, definitely.
But keep an eye out for autograph books if you're going to get them. Okay, so that wraps up the kind of travel with children. Don't forget the stroller. Another thing too, we learned on the trip with Wyatt, whenever we took him when he was 2 years old, turning 3 on the trip, was bring a favorite cup. That is one absolute fail we made on that trip. If they have a cup they will drink out of,
Yeah.
bring the cup. Do not forget the cup.
Yeah.
We brought one for Wesley that he could drink out of too, that he's familiar with. And so it's one of those comfort of home things, and something that they're familiar with. Let's see,
Helps.
stroller, anything, anything, like a fan also for the stroller if you're going during the summertime. One of those. It's got like almost like I don't know what the grip is like, almost like octopus tentacles or whatever, and you just wrap it around the arm of the stroller and position the fan
very
in
nice.
place. Jillian's charges via USB-C charger also, so you just plug that thing in, charge it at the end of the night. It works all day.
Again, check out guys her episode, and I will link to that in the description of this video, where Jillian gives all the tips for details, slideshow. It's the whole bit, all of our great tips for traveling with kiddos. So be sure to check that out.
Now, so Cargo brings up an excellent point here. If you're Don and Will's suggestion, if you're looking for something cute for autographs, and buy a pair of the Mickey gloves, which Wyatt had wanted one of those. We didn't end up getting them. He got something else, but and get characters to sign them, and each kid can have their own frame. That's a great idea. That's a great idea, so Cargo. People have been getting, you see all sorts of TikTok, Instagram, Facebook videos. And you see people get all sorts of stuff signed these days. There are people that have like photo frames signed. Like they'll take out like the white portion of like a photo frame and have the characters like sign all around the photo frame. And then you just put that thing back in the frame, take a picture of your family, put it in the middle, and then boom, you've got all the autographs for the characters you met on the trip and the picture in the middle. So that's a neat idea. People get those stainless steel water bottles signed also with a Sharpie, and then they'll just take and put some sort of gloss coat over it. People been getting Lurkana cards signed also. Ears. I saw this really neat idea. This kid had taken a hat and like covered it in some sort of like, I don't know, like canvas paper or something. It looked like he had kind of like hodgepodged on like canvas paper. And it was really interesting because it was on one of the Facebook pages that I follow, on Disney Facebook pages I follow. And this mom had posted like, hey, please compliment my son's hat. He had made like, he'd basically like taken a hat and like covered it in like canvas type paper. And then also had like canvas type ears like attached to the hat. And he made it himself, which I think is really cool. But anyway, and he was going to have characters sign it. And I think the mom was concerned that, the hat kind of looked, very much makeshift, but anyway, I think she was concerned that, he might draw some looks or look silly or whatever, but I thought it was awesome. And if I saw him, I would compliment him on it. But anyway, people get all sorts of stuff signed. So if you don't have an autograph book, you can get other things signed. Anyway,
just make sure it's not something that is really, really awkward to carry in the parks, because that's going to be a pain.
You have to lug it around.
You have to remember, you do have to carry that thing in the parks, whatever it is.
So good idea. Let's see here.
We really had a fantastic time.
We did.
Having Hadley's birthday party at Crystal Palace worked out just beautifully. I thought we had a nice day.
It was great.
It was a good trip. It was not nearly, because
and no body parts done, right?
Because our grandkids are so, well behaved, and they were so interested in being there, and so excited to be there. Some of the older ones were really good about herding the younger ones and making sure everybody was there. It went extremely well.
Yeah,
It really
it did.
did. And I told the kids how proud I was of them and how much I appreciated them. They
Yep.
were listening. That's not to say there weren't sometimes
I mean,
when they
they're
were
still kids. I mean, they're
they're
still,
still kids,
they still have
but
their moments, but
to
but
have 6 kids in the parks, what we did extremely well. We
yeah,
did extremely well.
oh, for sure.
It was great.
So our first park day was Epcot, which was Sunday, the 26th of May. First, and I don't know that I've ever been unsuccessful on a virtual queue attempt. But 7 o'clock rolls around Sunday morning.
Yeah,
We are all, I think
missed it.
me, Jillian, and Mom all tried for the virtual queue for Guardians of the Galaxy
Mhm.
Cosmic Rewind. All of us 0 for 3
Yeah,
on a virtual queue
first time.
that morning. However, we did get it at the 1 o'clock, which I stepped out. We
Did.
were eating lunch at San Angel Inn for
Mhm.
lunch, the Mexico Pavilion. I had to go get some out of the stroller, and also too, I was like, I'm outside. It's almost 1 o'clock. I don't want to be inside that building and not have the best reception once it hits 1 o'clock.
Right,
And so I grabbed
right.
what I needed out of the stroller and waited like a minute or two outside to pull up the app, do the whole scroll bit, and then confirm my party, and boom, and we got it. So we were a boarding
Yeah.
group. I don't know. I'm sure I have a screenshot somewhere, but I didn't put it in my notes, unfortunately. Um, so anyway, rewind this though. So we missed the 7 o'clock, got the 1 o'clock. First thing we did was take pictures in front of Spaceship Earth. We did the Grand Fiesta tour starring the Three Caballeros, which was Hadley and Landry's first ever ride at
Mhm.
Disney. And Mom's got the park map
Mhm.
and the Flower and Garden Festival guide. This was the day before the last day of Flower and Garden. Flower and Garden has since ended. Um, so there that is. Um, we rode Frozen Ever After. The girls really wanted to ride it. They were willing to wait in the standby queue. They did a great job.
And I
We
loved it.
I played a whole lot of rock paper scissors. Yeah, with the girls. And anyway, we were able to ride out the ride time, or the wait time, and they loved it. We knew they would.
Yeah.
Next thing we did was the Reflections of China show there at the China
Mhm.
Pavilion, the 360-degree show, which I always love to do because I've in fact seen some of these locations in person. Great.
Right.
I've walked on the Great Wall. I took a 10-day trip to China with the College of Business while I was there in college. But anyway, it's really neat to see that show and
Yeah.
realize, hey, I've stood at many of these
In
places.
person. Yeah.
But
The Forbidden
anyway,
City. Yeah.
always enjoy seeing that show.
Hong Kong Disneyland.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, let's see. For lunch, we did San Angel Inn, which was my first time eating there. Um, in the Mexico Pavilion on the inside. Big shout out to Ray, cast member Ray. And I need to go back and retroactively do a cast member compliment for Ray in
I
the
do
app.
too.
Ray
I do
was
too.
fantastic. He was a fantastic
Yeah.
waiter. Took care of
So it
us.
was
Took care of the
amazing.
kids. Was on top of
Yeah.
their drink refills, the whole 9 yards. Ray knocked it
Mhm.
out of the park. He has a pretty quirky sense of humor. Um,
Yeah, it
but
was great.
anyway, he was great. We learned a little bit about where he's from, and and his family and stuff. And so, big shout out to Ray at San Angel Inn. Um,
Mhm.
next,
That
we
was our
did,
first trip to San Angel Inn, and
yeah,
I highly recommend it. And just a tip here, I ordered off the kids menu.
yeah,
I got something off the kids menu. The
yeah.
portion was fine. I mean, the
That's funny,
portion
man.
was, and it was really, really good. So,
Yeah,
save a little money
yeah,
there. Jeff also ordered um, a really good, and I've got it in my notes. Next week, I'll do a little bit better job
yeah,
on that. But we really enjoyed San Angel Inn. The atmosphere is great. It's the
yeah,
one that is next to the water there,
yeah,
and the Three Caballeros ride goes by. But it's really, it's just, I highly recommend it. We really enjoyed that.
Oh yeah, it was a very pleasant experience. First time eating there. Next we did Spaceship Earth and the Seas with Nemo and Friends. And obviously checked out the aquarium after, at the end of that ride. Next, and I gotta say this. And this is going to sound silly, and I'm going to say this up front, but I'm fortunate. I will say I'll start off by saying this. I'm fortunate to have been able to ride Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind 3 times in one day. I was fortunate to have done so. But I also have to say it ate up the better part of 3 hours, because we rode it. So here's how it worked. Jillian White and I had an individual lightning lane because since we missed the virtual queue at 7, we wanted to make sure, we had that whole issue with Wyatt, whenever he was right at 42 inches on the previous trip. Now it's not even close. So, we wanted to make sure he was able to ride it. So Jillian individual lightning laned it with me for me, Wyatt, and Jillian. And then, so we did it, and then we traded off with y'all, and y'all rode it. So we had to sit and kind of wait. But next, so we did the individual lightning lane, and then I rode it with Dad virtual queue. So the first time I rode it, I got One Way I Ran So Far Away, was the song for that time. The second time I rode it, I got One Way or Another when I rode it with Dad. The third time I rode it with Kylie, in which what happened there was Jillian and Wyatt didn't want to ride it again. And so, we go to the front of the ride. We said, hey, we got a couple people that have virtual queues, but they don't feel like riding it. Jillian she rode in row 9, got a little woozy. And so she didn't feel like riding it again. Wyatt just didn't want to ride it again. But anyway, so we said, hey, what do we need to do? She said, all right, go talk to guest services. Guest services basically said, well, you have these 2 virtual queues. She's like, I'm not telling you to do this, but you can just go and scan the bands and send whoever through.
Right.
And so that's what we did. Is we had Jillian and Wyatt. We used their magic bands.
Oh, okay.
To scan me and Kylie in. And so while me and Kylie did that, we split up. Mom, Dad, the girls, and Wyatt, and Jillian went to do Imagination with Figment, while Kylie and I were waiting to ride the virtual queue for Guardians in place of Jillian and Wyatt. And then Mom, I think, what is it? You went to go do the Disney Visa Club or Disney Visa card holder photo pass. So
the meet and greet.
So y'all did that while we were Kylie and I were waiting, and it stunk because it could have been much faster. But I don't know if there was having some sort of technical difficulties, but they held everybody up in the holding area right before you actually make your way down to ride the ride, like to get sorted into your rows. So there's like that hallway in the queue, and so they just had a ton of people. They had packed us all in, and we were just waiting, like, to go in there and actually start putting people on the rides. And so we got held up in that hallway for a while and heard the the alert, over and over again, and the flashing lights and stuff. And so anyway, we're just waiting.
Wow.
Yeah. Jillian says, it's good to take note that the virtual queue is not skipping the line. You will still wait, sometimes an hour or more. Important to note.
That's true.
Anyway, Kylie and I got to ride it. We got Disco Inferno as our song. And then after that, I had a treat for Kylie. We made a pit stop on our way to meet up at the land pavilion with everybody else. We made a pit stop on the way by Club Cool, and I made sure that Kylie tried the Beverly, and she, just like any other normal human being, absolutely hated it and thought it tasted terrible. So I think she liked the water
passage.
Yeah,
it's a rite of passage.
So we tried all the drinks. I told her, I was like, oh, these are drinks from different places. That there are other countries that have different tastes than us. And so anyway, we we tried the different drinks. Started on the so Kylie wanted to try the Beverly first. And so she tried it first. I was like, all right, well, I wanted to start you off. I told her in advance, Tina.
Yeah,
I told her
I probably would have done a short of that.
I prefaced it. I did preface it and say the Beverly's terrible and everybody hates it. And so she knew what she was getting herself into. Yeah, no, law, normal human being. Steve is not normal. Yeah, I don't know how anyone could possibly like the taste of that. But
No.
anyway, we started off, she tried Beverly first and then she needed a palate cleanser. And so we started back over on the right side and worked our way back up to the Beverly. So anyway, I think we both liked the watermelon. I think the watermelon flavor the best. But anyway,
wow,
yeah.
really
So we enjoyed Club Cool. She liked the experience. But then we met up with everybody else at the Land Pavilion around Soarin', living with the land in that area, that eating kind of sit down area. And we ate the Stitch annual pass holder coconut cake pop cone, which I really enjoyed. Jillian, I don't think liked it just very much, which is interesting. She really likes coconut, but wasn't big on the cake pop itself, I don't think. But anyway, I enjoyed it, and
I liked it too. I thought
those who didn't finish theirs, I
was
finished it.
very moist. I felt like it was very moist. Now, if you don't like coconut, you're not going to like it. But and I'm going to be posting tomorrow. Books tomorrow. That'll come out on our Instagram.
Then of course we followed that up with living with the land. Jillian said she liked the cake itself, but not the cone or the shaving on it. It was like a blue cone also. So, might have been a little weird for people. But we followed that up with living with the land. And then we did the Moana Journey of Water walkthrough, which was my first time doing that. And it's a neat, fun addition to Epcot. I still think it belongs at, Animal Kingdom, honestly. But anyway, it's neat. It's fun to interact with the water. The kids enjoyed it. They love, having the water wave and sticking their hand out and the whole 9 yards. They really enjoyed that. Next, we did the Seas with Nemo and Friends again, and enjoyed that. Looked at the fish tanks, some more, and admired the sea life. But after that, so by the time we'd gotten through all that, Dad got the kids some popcorn there at the some of that maple popcorn there at the Canada Pavilion. We stood there to watch Luminous and enjoyed that show. I had a good time there, but it was a good solid.
Kids were pretty wowed by the fireworks. Yeah, they really were.
Let's see. The 30th, we hung out at the resort. We went to the Grand Floridian and the Grand Floridian Cafe. Here's Mom's pass holder magnet here with Stitch.
Yeah.
A little bite out of the
really
corner
cute.
of it.
Really cute with the little bite out of the corner. This is cute. I think this is adorable. And I did get another one, guys, because I had to have this one. Oh my gosh.
There you go. It's the Haunted Mansion pass holder magnet. You can buy this one. This one's not complimentary. You have to buy it.
This one you can get at Memento Mori.
Yeah,
and I loved it. So
Jillian had to get that one too. So that one's on our fridge with the others.
Ghost, Hatbox Ghost, really. I'm proud of that one.
Yeah. So the next day we hung out at the resort. Went to the Grand Floridian Cafe. This is the first day, Stephen and Jamie and Whitley were with us. Rough experience at the Grand Floridian Cafe. It took a long time. Granted, benefit of the doubt, we had 2 parties of 6. That's how we had to book it. They combined the 2 parties of 6, so they acquiesced our request there. Adding 2 parties of 6 at the party of 12. The wait time to get seated took a very long time. So we're just hanging out there in the lobby area of the Grand Floridian Cafe. So just hung out there, took a long time, and then we sit down, and we got our drinks and stuff, but that took a long time as well. Everything about it just took a very long time. However, they did make it right. Brought out a cake for Hadley, which was very nice. They did everything in their power to make it right.
Full-size dome cake that was personalized for Hadley. They did. They did, and they actually also took a good bit off of our bill.
Yeah.
They did. They made it right.
Yeah. It was just everybody was hungry. We got a ton of kids with us also. Stephen and Jamie hadn't been to Disney World, and again their only exposure is Magic Kingdom, not the other parks, and so it's kind of a re-exposure for them to Disney, and it was not the waiting and service was not up to snuff, if you will. And so we waited a very, very long time to get seated, and then waited a very, very long time for food and drinks. And so, the manager,
and I spoke to the manager, and I just said, I said, we've been waiting a long time. We've got 6 kids with us. My eldest, I explained the situation, and he was totally, oh my goodness, that is unacceptable. Guys, you're always gonna do better if you are nice to cast members. If you are, if you have a problem, don't go in guns blazing. Like I said, I just explained to him because I was concerned. I said, I know this is not the service that
this is not their normal standard of quality of service.
Happened, and he was just precious. He really was. He said, we're going to make this right. They brought Hadley out the white chocolate Mickey dome cake that was personalized for her. It was, and I will talk a little bit about some of the pixie dust that she got.
Do not be rude. There you go.
Exactly.
There you go.
Pixie dust that she got for her birthday, because there was a lot.
They 100% made it right, and I wasn't going to dunk on them. Mom interacted more with them than anybody else did. But anyway, they made it right, much to their credit. Big shout out to them at the Grand Floridian.
Absolutely.
Because
absolutely.
That's 100%.
Flagship resort, guys.
I've never waited that long ever for,
No.
I've waited a long time for, both before we were seated and after we were seated. I've never waited that long ever.
No, I never have either.
And I've waited a good 30 to 45 minutes to get seated at Be Our Guest before, which was another reason that particular experience was terrible for me on a previous trip. But anyway, it was worse than that. But anyway, Jillian ended up going to Animal Kingdom. She just hopped on a bus, used her AP, went to Animal Kingdom. The rest of us rode the monorail, stopped at the Polynesian, got off. Kylie got a Dole Whip and was eating it. And then we went back to, so we just kind of milled around a little bit at the Polynesian. Then we hopped back on the monorail, got to the Grand Floridian, went back to the resort. And later I picked up Jillian for Animal Kingdom and also got gas and a few groceries from Walmart. I do not have notes for the Hollywood Studios Day, but I do want to mention. Go ahead. I do want to mention. Sometimes you think, why do they still have this ride, or why have they not updated this ride? And I've, granted, to their credit, they've added more scenes over time to Star Tours. But I'm sure there are people out there that think, oh, Star Tours is dated. They need to, can it and replace it with something else. I must say, Kylie, Hadley, Landry, all love Star Tours.
Loved it.
And wanted to ride it again. And we did ride it again because it was like a 15-minute wait. People talk about certain rides and they'll, mudsling and say, who could possibly like this ride? And we got to see the new scenes. We got to see the transmission with Cassian Andor. We got to do the Purrgil scene from Ahsoka. We also, the second time we wrote it, we had
the new scenes are cool.
Yeah, they are cool. I wish we would have gotten a Mandalorian mission, but the Purrgil scene was really, really neat. We got a transmission from Ahsoka too. The second time we wrote it, but the girls loved it. And so, and they're not even big Star Wars people either. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they could have told us, any characters outside of, Darth Vader or, I don't know that they actually knew any of the characters outside of maybe R2 and C-3PO.
I loved it.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. Spoiler alert. But also too, they've released that in announcements. So hopefully not too much of a spoiler alert. But anyway, I mean, we thoroughly, the girls loved it, and I wasn't sure what to expect, how they'd respond, not being, big Star Wars nerds, if you will. But they thoroughly enjoyed it. And Wyatt likes it too. And so anyway, we had a great time writing that. But anyway, we'll next week we'll cover more on our trip. We'll pick back up with Hollywood Studios. The ride isn't slow. Fast pace keeps you going. Exactly, Jonathan. Tina said I wrote it 4 times in a row. One time the cast members were laughing. That's funny. But anyway, it's we'll pick up with Hollywood Studios next week. It'll be a 2-parter. But anyway, we had a great time. All that to say, we had a great time. It was really neat to get to see the grandkids, or my boys and his cousins do Walt Disney World together. Yeah, they had a great time. Big shout out to Dad making breakfast on our park days and non-park days, and also shuttling the kids to and from the pool and everything. Big shout out to Dad for doing that. But anyway, we'll pick back up next week with our Hollywood Studios Day. We'll put a pin in that. I need to write that down somewhere. But also have to compile notes. So shockingly, as good a job I usually do of taking notes, I did not take great notes. I mean, the fact that we did have 5 out of 6 grandkids with us for all 4 park days probably contributed to that. But anyway, let's see. Next week, Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, I made a note. Hollywood Studios, etc.
Yeah,
start with that, and I've got some other things to show as well.
Yeah. So anyway, and I did want to show. So I did a lot of driving. Hopefully I don't pull anything, patting myself on the back here. But I did a lot of shuttling mom and Jillian to and from the parks. Picking them up, dropping them off on this trip. And so as a reward for my efforts, Jillian got me this really cool Haunted Mansion honorary ghoul pin. It looks like a cast member pin. It says "Welcome, Foolish Mortals" at the bottom. Yeah, it says honorary really ghoul, cool. And looks like a cast member pin. Obviously smaller, but anyway, really neat. Big thanks to Jillian for that souvenir. I wanted these. I want the pirate one. I still want the pirate one also. And Jillian said she would have gotten me the princess one as a joke. Which would be really funny, but I still want the pirate pin that they have in this line. But
it is.
Anyway, thanks, Mark. So I'll have to go through it, and I think Jillian also on her Mickey Travels, Jillian Bone Facebook page and social media, I think she also documented what we did. So I'll probably use that as kind of a cheat sheet to assemble my notes for the Hollywood Studios Day. But anyway.
You can kind of go through, pictures too, and remember what we did. But
and that's another thing. I did a very poor job of taking pictures. Oh, teaser for Hollywood Studios for next week. For the first time ever, we came across a character
palooza.
Character palooza. So. To learn who we met.
So cool.
Tune in next week. to hear more about a Hollywood Studios Day.
Yeah.
We ran into a character palooza. First time ever that we've
was
ever
really
come across that. Right time, right place. It was a whole lot of fun. Kids loved it. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's their teaser for next week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, we have Lorcana.
Yes. Let's see here.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm adding my sticky note with my character palooza characters on it.
Okay.
Got to put it in here so I have it for next week.
This week, guys, I've got a hanger. This is actually William's hanger.
Mm-hmm.
So if I pull, if
Excuse
I pull
me? You have my pack?
I do. This is the one that you gave me to do a short on at Disney Springs, and I didn't do it. Yeah, there were with that many kids, there were things we got done and things we didn't get done, and that was just true. One of the things that it's just hard to. But I also, guys, bought my first couple of Ursula's Return, the newest series at World of Disney. So I also have a pack of Ursula's Return.
Yes.
I actually opened a pack of Ursula's Return in a short this afternoon, and I sleeved one of these cards really fast.
There you go.
So check out that short to see in this open pack here what it was that I got that's sleeved up. It's the latest short on our channel, so you can check that one and see what I sleeved up. I got a pretty good pull out of that one. So
Mark says 6 packs opened on the Iowa trip and only one decent one at the I-80 rest stop. Was it a car pull? Was it the car trick, Mark? the infamous car trick. People on the Disney Lorcana TCG Facebook page post all the time about, I got a car pull, and they'll have or the car trick worked. People open packs in their car and pull like a really rare card.
Actually, we have only 2 pack openings on our channel. One of them is in my truck. I tried that. I tried the car trick.
It's good punk, Mike.
But anyway, which one?
In the Inklands or Ursula's Return, chat. Pick one for Mom. I have one from the first chapter with Elsa on it. So this is the last one from Excalibur that I have to open from the first chapter.
Which one, guys?
Lots of annual pass comments. Thanks, y'all.
Appreciate the they were trying
solidarity. Who tried the card trick?
Mark and Irene tried the card trick.
Oh, nice. That's funny. Mark says, I'm over Alabama, so maybe midnight for me too. Mark says Inklands.
Mark says Inklands. Okay. Gotcha. Inklands.
Pam says Ursula. Tune in next week for Ursula, Pam.
The hanger. Okay, so here comes the hanger. Guys, into the Inklands. It has Piglet.
Jonathan is being too logical. He said that's just coincidence. The cards don't change in the pack while deciding where to pull it. Yes.
Oh, come on, Jonathan.
But you're writing on their superstitious parade, if you will, Jonathan.
That's exactly. That's it. And then in the pack inside the hanger is Jafar.
Yeah, there we go. All right, I'll go full screen for Mom here. So this is technically my pack. So if
this is if I pull something really good, William's gonna cry.
Oh man, it'll probably happen. I mean, I won't be upset because we'll have gotten. I mean, it will get to me.
Right.
It's just I wasn't the one that opened it.
Yeah, and remember, hangers have bangers.
Yes, that is the part of the superstition.
There it is. So we have
Milo Thatch, Atlantis.
Yeah, Milo Thatch. We have Strike a Good Match.
Strike a Good Match.
It's a good one there. Oh, this was I like this one.
The Queen
from Snow White.
Mark says the cards are magical, man.
right.
Yeah.
Look,
Cloud Kicker.
Yeah. There's a good one. Love that one. Also, so these are commons that we're going through here, guys. So Olympus.
Olympus would be that
We-
way, which is really funny. The moment in in Hercules.
Yeah, I love
Shout
that.
out to shout
Yeah.
out to Jeff Ranjo, who
Yeah,
worked on the
absolutely.
Titans in
He did.
Hercules.
Yeah, yeah.
You got
And
Patch,
the muses.
101
And
Dalmatian.
the muses.
Mm,
Yeah. Another puppy. Love getting the puppies. We've got oh, this was cool. Wendy Darling.
neat.
That's an uncommon, very different
Yeah.
outfit for Wendy. Love
Yep.
that one. Another uncommon. We got Friar Tuck.
Neat.
So yeah, got that one. Let's see. We've got it's like a location.
Sorcerer's Tower.
Sorcerer's
It's
Tower.
specific to Lorcana the game.
Yeah.
There are a few cards that are specific to Lorcana itself.
Yeah.
The story that's part of the game.
Uh-huh. Okay, we got is this a rare?
Yeah, that's a rare. So that's the same art from the deck box and deck sleeves.
Mhm.
Robin Hood,
Neat.
Daydreamer. He's sitting on a raft, kind of kick back, taking a little nap. Looks like, or just
Like that one,
lounging.
that's neat. So that's a super rare. And then we got
Was
Friend
it
Like
rare
Me.
or super
Also
rare?
a rare.
Friend
It's
Like
a
Me?
rare.
Neat. Okay. It's two rares.
And another rare.
All right. Friend Like Me with the genie.
So this is a great one, William.
Yep. Love that.
Again, this is your deck. And then for the hollow,
All right.
we got an
Has set my
uncommon.
heart. There we
Has
go.
set my heart.
Uncommon hollow. Neat. That's funny. That's funny.
That's funny.
All righty.
That's great. So I
Have
got
to be-
two rares, and an uncommon hollow. So
There we
beat
go.
that. See what you can do.
All right. So this is the last pack that I have from Excalibur there. And it's Elsa is on the cover of this pack here. Let me go ahead and go big screen. We got Elsa.
It's Will Stack
it's
until
Will Stack until that pull. All right. Hopefully, last pack magic here from Excalibur, the card store. Let's see what we get. All right, we have this is from first chapter. There's Pumbaa. He's a friendly warthog. Next is Maleficent, sorceress.
Always love the Maleficent cards.
Common. Peter Pan, never landing.
Oh,
Philoctetes, Hercules. Minnie Mouse, always classy.
rocking the dots.
Mm-hmm.
Rocking those dots.
Aladdin, cornered swordsman, another common.
No, Pam, this is actually Williams' pack.
Yeah.
Both of these are Williams' pack.
Fan the Flames, uncommon card. LeFou there. All right. Anna, heir to Arendelle. Next uncommon is the Mad Hatter, gracious host. Pouring a bunch of tea. Magic Mirror.
Card packs, but I pulled it. So
there you go.
Yeah, possession is 9/10, Jonathan.
There you go. Magic Mirror, first rare card. Let's see what's next. Next rare is LeFou, also regular rare. Lots of love for LeFou in this pack. And all right, so we're even up until this last card here. The last card is uncommon frying pan. So nothing crazy tonight.
Hollow.
Anyway, we are tied. We tied tonight. Two rares and a rare uncommon foil.
Yeah.
Or I say uncommon foil. There we go. So
yeah. So
anyway,
you tied yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the truth. That's true. Anyway,
You tied yourself.
yeah.
So cool, cool. But really,
Big,
I just love all the cards. But this,
yeah.
y'all, I love this.
Yeah. That's
This
funny.
is so cute.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness. Clarabelle. Oh, and by the way, y'all, I have for members only right now, I have a short up that will go live on Thursday of the Frontierland Hoedown. And Clarabelle Cow is she's a regular member of the Hoedown. But the fun character that was there that's not normally there is Horace Horsecollar.
Neat.
Was in
Very
the
cool.
Hoedown.
That's
And I
cool.
have a really cool picture of him. I took a picture of him because at the time I couldn't remember what his name was. And
Yeah.
I told Jillian, I said, look, I said, I can't remember this guy's name, but I'm going to take a picture of him. Have a great, like I said, it'll go live for every, for everybody on Thursday. It's a really neat short of the Hoedown. But yeah, Horace Horsecollar is in that Frontierland Hoedown. So I thought that was really cool. Let's see. I'll let Will keep that one too. Okay, so that's the draw. I think it's the first time we've had a draw.
I think so.
Yeah, that's neat. Okay. All right. I think that's it for tonight. I have some other things, guys, that I will
Father's Day is coming up on Sunday.
It
So
is.
did want to mention that. Jillian,
And
really
absolutely.
thoughtful. Jillian made this, with the assistance of the boys, made this little picture for me. And so
Oh,
it
oh my God.
it says "Daddy's Little Monsters." It says 2024
Oh,
in the bottom right or left hand corner. Actually,
oh,
never mind.
how
Right hand corner is what we're looking at.
precious.
Uh,
It's Sully and Mike.
it's Sully and Mike Wazowski.
Oh
And so
my gosh.
the foot is obviously Wyatt's foot. So and then she's got their ages. So
Oh,
Wyatt's 5, and so it looks like Sully. It's Wyatt's footprint though in blue.
that
And
is precious.
and anyway,
That
and
is
then Wesley,
precious.
who's one, is Mike Wazowski with his little handprint. So
That is
anyway, very thoughtful of
precious.
Jillian. Really neat.
Oh,
Really neat keepsake. I
oh
love this.
yeah.
It'll stay on my desk. Um, but yeah,
Wow.
I love this. Thank you to Jillian for this very thoughtful gift. I love it.
That is precious.
Uh-huh.
That is precious. So Jonathan says that technically, William, you win by default because I didn't
Oh, okay.
open my own pack.
This is true because they're both mine. So really, I was playing against myself. It was an excellent one.
You were. You absolutely were. That's what I said. It's a draw with
Yeah,
yourself.
there you go.
So you win.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Aw.
Jillian said I was
It is.
giggling while painting the eyes
Aw.
just because it's so cute.
That's
Yeah, it's
adorable.
adorable.
Yeah, that's adorable. And just everybody, again, we did Genie Plus. I wanted to a shout out to my daughter-in-law here. We did Genie Plus on Magic Kingdom, our Magic Kingdom Day specifically. And Jillian stayed on top of those all day
Hmm.
long. And
Yeah,
really, you did such a good job, Jillian. I know I
yeah,
thanked you that particular day and told you just were hitting it out of the park.
uh-huh.
But thank you for staying on top of those and taking care of that for the taking one for the team and staying on
Yeah,
your phone to to keep us going because it was a great day and we
yeah,
appreciate you for doing that.
yeah. Yeah, I did a great job of, picking stuff that way we could maximize our time. There was only one time we had to, walk a distance, and it's because we were in really Fantasyland / Tomorrowland. We were there next to the teacups, and so we had to make our way from the teacups over into Big Thunder, and that was the only time that we went out of our way, if you will, or had to go a
Right.
decently far distance to get to where
Yeah.
we're going. So thankfully, that was the other thing too. Is very great job of picking things that were nearby, and picking them at times that made sense for where we were. So yeah, great job, Jillian, coordinating
Yeah, it
GPS
was.
on
It
our
was.
Magic
We
Kingdom
really
day.
appreciate it. We really do. Appreciate it for sure. We have several new live streams from our Walt Disney World trip and
Yeah.
shorts too. So be sure to check those out. Jillian did one from Animal Kingdom. I did a couple from Magic Kingdom. Please check those out. Those were tons of fun. I did one on Memorial Day, and then also did one on my sister's birthday the following week, the day before we left. So happy birthday to my sister Susan. We need a train whistle blast quickly for Hadley's 8th birthday and my sister's birthday.
Yeah. All right.
William, if you don't mind.
If you got your volume
birthday.
turned up or you got headphones in,
Yeah.
I've got the train whistle. We're blowing it for Aunt Susan and Hadley's birthdays recently. But there's a loud noise warning coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo!
Yay!
Happy birthday, y'all. Mikey says, don't forget the one you did from Disney Springs. Mom live streamed the Disney Dreams of the Soar
I did.
drone show. I'm a big fan of the drone show. It's super cool. A big shout out to Mike and Russ, but Mike specifically. We had great viewing of that show. And thoroughly enjoyed getting to hang out with those guys. It was me, Mom, and Kylie, and Mike and Russ, and we had a great time there at Disney Springs. I hate that I got there as late as I did, but anyway, we had a great time together.
It was tons of fun, and I was able to get the drone show live stream fun for me. I didn't have any hiccups. Check that out on our channel, guys. If you haven't seen that drone show,
it's amazing to see in person.
It really is. It's so much more impressive in person. But
just the sheer size of some of the characters, it's incredible. I won't spoil it. I already halfway spoiled the Star Tour scene, so I will not spoil the drone show. But it's incredible. Yeah,
it's worth your time. It's worth the effort to go down there. The best viewing spot is down by Haleo. The official viewing spot is right on the water there by Haleo. So get down there. It does fill up, guys. I mean, if there's like a mass pilgrimage to Haleo ahead of time, so be sure it's right, like lining up for Happily Ever After, whatever. Go get your spot. Get a good spot. Try to get a good spot on the water. It is so worth your time. It's really good. It's impressive.
Yeah. It's just like roughly 10 minutes or so. The actual show time, but it's great.
It is.
Also, I mean, it's big enough too. Like if you just happen to be getting in late or whatever, or you getting caught in traffic or something, watch it from the top of the orange garage. Watch it from the top of the orange garage. Because you could walk all the way over to the barrier. Hey, Stacy, welcome in. And Mikey says they open up at 7:30 for the 9 o'clock show and 10 o'clock for the 9:45 show.
There you go. Thank you,
Mike. Great information to have
for those specifics.
And so anyway, find a great place to watch it. Enjoy it. But anyway, it's a great show. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
But very worth your time for sure.
Yeah,
worth your time. So check out all those.
Unfortunately,
live streams, guys.
You cannot hear the audio from the orange garage. I will say that. I'm glad you asked, Mark.
Yes,
but
that is a big drawback.
Yes,
you can't see it, but being able to hear the audio is they don't have the audio piped in up there. They should. They need
unfortunately,
to, that'd be a great thing for them to do, because I know a lot of people have already had that idea and have watched it from up there. So definitely take advantage of that while you're there. It's well worth your time. Lots of crowds. I know, busy. It's just, trust me, it's worth the effort. We're going to celebrate Christmas in July soon. guys. So 2 weeks from today, we'll be halfway to Christmas, and we'll be, halfway to William's birthday. We'll be celebrating that, and also Halloween is coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we go on Disney's calendar, and Disney says that August is Halloween. So that's so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Halloween in August, and that's coming up. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party will begin in August, and but yeah, gosh, we had a good time. Again, check out our live streams. Road, Haunted Mansion, both of the Magic Kingdom live streams, of course, started with Haunted Mansion. Just a great trip. We covered a lot of ground. We really did, and we'll talk a little bit more about it and have some good pictures next week. But I can't think of anything else, William.
No, I think that's it. All right.
Okay, and Tina, happy birthday.
Check out theliveplace.com if you haven't already. It's a TV guide listing for family-friendly live streams. Big shout out to Dean of the Live Place and let's see for maintaining that site. Let's see. Check out TubeBuddy if you haven't already. Also check out Dean's YouTube channels, The Live Place and Dreamers Empire. Check out Stickermule and TubeBuddy if you're interested in either one of those. We got links in the description below. Mom's got buttons here so if you're looking to get buttons, pins, magnets, stickers, check out Stickermule. Use our link with the $10 credit for a future order. Russ, Mikey says, "Wish me and Russ luck for Thursday. It's our Tiana Day." Yes, hopefully, hopefully, fingers crossed. Hopefully, you'll, the ride will be up and running all day. Hopefully, you enjoy it. Have a great time. You're almost there.
That, Mike. You'll have
You're
fun.
Almost there.
You'll have fun, and they'll probably have now they're doing AP. So
Stacy says, also hear the final song for Dreams That Soar is getting blocked now on YouTube. Oh, hate to hear that. That's about
that we always kind of go through that. Darn.
Appreciate the heads up. Let's see here. A few notes real quick. Let's see. Let's see. The Country Bear Jamboree at the Magic Kingdom will be reopening July 17th with an all-new look. We've gotten teaser pictures of a couple of the bears on social media. Their outfits haven't changed substantially, but they have changed a little bit. Let's see. Previews for Tiana's Bayou Adventure continue. It's open to all guests June 28th. And new Disney movies and animated feature films are coming soon. So we'll discuss those within the next few weeks.
Several. We have several.
Got Inside Out 2 coming up very soon. And so anyway, several things coming. So
I saw new previews for the Bears. Yep. That's an interesting. I don't know, Mark.
Who knows?
How they'll do that.
That's a good question. Big shout out to our channel members, Alex and Charlie Kennett, Mike Wheeler, Tina McNeil, Mike 88 NYC, Texas Takes, Pam's Fam. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for your support. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks to our Ghost Host moderators, keeping the chat family friendly. Thanks to everybody being here, talking, whether you're in ghost mode, you got other stuff going on, got a song in the background, or if you're on Team Replay. Big shout out to Lisa, Keith, and Joey of It's Joey's World, captains of our Team Replay. Lots of wonderful channels represented in our chat as well. If there's a name you're not familiar with, check them out. Lots of wonderful people and wonderful channels represented in our chats. But if you are watching on the replay, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about anything that we had to talk about tonight. Run through the roll call real quick. Shout out to Aunt Joy and Aunt Susan, Jillian, Kylie, and other family members. Mandy Adams, Texas Takes, Jillian Bone, T. McNeil, Walk in the World with Russ, Francisco, Dean the Turkey Lexter, Kay Wilby, Jonathan Chung, Pam's Fam 74, Jennifer Caruso, Surfer Girl 326, Julie McCowan, Simba 2, Main Street Nick, Mike Wheeler, Pete McDevitt Show, Wonderful World of Walter's Dad Mark, marking new territory in our viewership, actually watching from a plane on the way to Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
Hope y'all have
35,000 feet, y'all.
Yeah, there you go. Hope y'all have a wonderful trip. Safe travels to all of you. AJC Magic TV, Dave Stragan, Joseph Dion. So Cargo has a trip coming up in a week. Hope you have a magical trip. So Cargo.
Yeah.
Griswold Family Vacay, Cholo Chu, WDW Explorer Chill, Kevin Theme Park Adventure, and Stacy Rogers. If I missed you, I apologize. Do the best I can to keep track of all of the different people chatting in our commenting in our chat. So if I missed you, apologize. Let me know, and I'll thank you properly for being here. All right, I think anything else you want to mention, Mom? We go live every Tuesday night, 9:00 p.m. Central, 10:00 Eastern. Like, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we go live. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and X. If you want to reach out to us, send us a direct message on Instagram or email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com.
Yeah, and Mike Wheeler is rocking those icons, those
the emojis
that you can use, emojis that you can get if you are a member, and he's been a member for 10 months.
10 months.
That so much, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Appreciate that. If you would like to join the channel, by all means do so. You can hit the join button, and consider doing that. All of that money. There are different levels of memberships. All that money goes back into the channel, for expenses for the channel. So we really appreciate our members. Anybody who appears in green in the chat is a channel member, and we really, really appreciate you guys. So thank you, Mike. Appreciate it, y'all. I can't think of anything else. Hope you enjoyed it tonight. We'll wrap it up next week and open some more Lorcana. And hurry back, right?
Thanks, Mike. All right, everyone. Thanks for being here. Look forward to talking more about our trip next week and various other topics we have to discuss. Big shout out to Communicore Hall, the Mickey and Friends meet and greet area opening up. It's great. It seems I think all the walls are down, correct?
Yes.
At Epcot. So thank goodness. It's been a long time coming. And again, big shout out to Donald Duck 90th birthday recently.
Yeah.
So,
by all means.
But hope you all have a wonderful week. Wonderful World of Walter, Mark, Irene, Wally. Hope y'all have a wonderful trip. Hope everybody has a great week. Thanks to everybody keeping the Will Needs a Disney AP campaign going. Appreciate that. But hope you all have a wonderful week. Thanks for being here with us. Thanks for chatting Disney, things Disney with us. Look forward to Tuesday night every single week. Remember, at the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there's always room for one more. So please hurry back. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. Have a great week.
Bye.